Okay, we're live.
Yeah, here we go.
Finally. Okay. We had just had a few tech issues with Henry, but oh my God, let's just get into this right now because this, I think, was the tremendous freaking episode of the X Files. Way better than last week's. There's like so many things to dissect and
Oh
break down.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
Holy shit. That's
yeah,
the two words I can use to
yeah,
describe that season finale.
yeah. Oh my God. There's going to be major spoiler alerts. So if you have not watched the episode, shame on you. But um, But if you have, then great, fantastic. Yeah, so let's get. I don't know where to begin in all
If you
this.
haven't seen the episode, what the hell are you doing here?
Yeah, exactly. Why watch? Why are you watching? Why are you watching if you haven't seen the episode? Okay, so the beginning. Love the beginning. Voiceover of William. So William returns in this episode, and we haven't seen him since episode 6, Ghoulie, I believe. And
Yeah.
my God. So we see more of William's powers in this episode. He can change shapes, he can explode people with his mind. Um and at the end, man, great twist. I kind of expected that when we saw in the final climax moments of it, but my God, and a lot of people died in this episode. A handful of cast died in this, but the old adage is no one really ever dies in the episode. Um, Dies in the X Files, but yeah, and
And I think those deaths caused by William are pretty yeah, that's hard to come back from. The deaths
it
caused by William.
yeah, that kind of is. Yeah, so okay, so spoiler alert, spoiler territory. So William was in the hotel. We see the moment of Mulder confronting William. I thought that was a great moment from the get go. I mean, they had to meet at some point. They had to meet at
Yes.
some point.
Hmm.
However, we do see William and Scully, but he took the shape as Mulder this go around,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
kind of disappointing. I was really hoping that we can see William and Scully actually meet, but the ending was kind of open ended, and we may see that. I'm hoping Fox will hear us out and say, "I want a freaking movie or another season, another season," because
Yeah.
I mean, William has to meet Scully. I mean, they have to. They got to meet. They haven't. They meet, but I mean, I'm talking about William in his real form has to meet Scully.
Mhm. Right.
But William took the yeah, yeah. So William killed the agents that were after him. Mr. Y's assistant
Yeah.
freaking explode them up into pieces, which was
Hmm.
amazing to watch. Fantastic. It was gruesome, and it was great. Oh man, I just man.
Yeah. The guy that he rode with, which was he was obviously working for obviously I think he was working for the Smoking Man.
I don't think he was working for the Smoky Man. I think he was working for Mr. Y and his group of people.
He may have been, but he got exploded.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah,
He was because it was them that found him or found what was left of him.
yeah, because he had the tracking device on him.
Right. Yeah. And you know what? When that guy put that tracking device under Mulder's wheel well, that put me in mind of Breaking Bad.
It did. I was like, oh man, Breaking Bad.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Yeah.
Breaking Bad. It looked like the same device and everything that
Uh huh.
Mulder had tracking Gus with. That
Yep.
was, I
Yep.
mean,
Yep.
yeah, that hopefully maybe it was a little nod to Vince Gilligan. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Maybe so.
I hope that was a nod to Vince Gilligan. I really do. This was written and directed by Chris Carter, and I think
Chris
this is
Carter.
way way better than My Struggle Part 3, even though it's
Yeah.
in the the same storyline. But oh my god. All right, so let's go from the beginning and try to, get through this and dissect this. But so in the beginning, we see William telling his story, which I thought was great because when we first did My Struggle 1, there was Mulder doing the voiceover.
Mm-hmm.
You had Mulder doing the voiceover, and I think it was My Struggle 2, you had Scully doing her voiceover, and My
And
Struggle
the
3.
beginning of this one,
My Struggle 3 was the Smoking Man doing his voiceover, and
and this one
William,
was William.
his
I was like,
voiceover.
wow.
I thought, oh man, that was just, just great. He told his story and, about him, being the odd kid, the freaky kid, and,
Mm-hmm.
him running away and finally reconciling with his adoptive parents that the viewer knows about, but William doesn't know about. And,
Right.
I thought that was just great. Great opening. Yeah, and I can't.
But he called himself by his
Jackson.
adopted name, Jackson Van de
Jackson.
Kamp. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so we see, William trying to, it was, struggling to, figure out who he really is and where did he really come from. Because at this point in episode 6 of Ghoulie, his adoptive parents, which he thinks is his real parents, died, with the whole FBI thing, killing him. And then he finds out that he was, adoptive and that his real mom is Dana Scully. And, it's just, him being like 17, what's this? I mean, this really, is really messed up for a kid that age.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And, he had agents chasing him down,
Mm-hmm.
and then he disguises himself as a homeless person.
Yeah.
And then it was cool. He buys the lottery ticket and wins the lottery, splits the proceeds with one of the clerks at the convenience store.
Yeah, he won the lottery. And yeah, that's that. I mean, I thought that was a great scene. I don't know what really, why that tied into thing, but I think maybe they needed some way for Mulder to actually find him, and I think maybe that might have been a good way for them to
And
have William find him.
he knew the numbers, because of his
Yeah,
because
his
of
power.
because of his powers. Yeah, he knew the numbers. Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Yeah, so then we go straight into the story. We see Joe McHale's Tad O'Malley back, which I thought
Yeah.
was great. He I wish we would have saw more of Joe McHale. I think he was really tremendous in that role.
Yeah, he was.
And I hope if this gets renewed for season 12, and I hope we see more of them. What I thought was interesting was that we didn't see Einstein and Miller in this episode.
Yes, I thought that was pretty interesting too. Yeah, why didn't we see Einstein and Miller? But maybe they wouldn't have fit into this.
Yeah, into the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I don't think they would have fit as well. Fit with them characters. Yeah, I don't think
they would have fit as well. And the other interesting side storyline was one where Skinner was being chewed out by Kirsch.
Yeah, because Scully was giving information to Tad O'Malley, and Kirsch found out because he was on the internet. Now, which I thought was interesting is that back during season 10, and then the final season finale of season 10 was that Tad O'Malley's website got shut down. So apparently it came back on somehow. We never figured out if it was just Scully and her vision, or if it actually got shut down completely, and if it did get shut down completely, how it got brought back up. So
yeah, there may have been a thing where they conducted an investigation and they concluded their investigation and found that he didn't know anything. So, it's like they kind of wrote him off as a conspiracy nut, much like they do with Alex Jones.
Yeah.
They write Alex Jones off as a conspiracy nut.
Yeah, and
So
then
they what?
go ahead.
So they may have just said, yeah, okay, well, he's just a harmless conspiracy. Nobody's going to believe him. So why should we continue this investigation with him?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, maybe that's why. But I would really love for them to, have him have a more screen time than he did.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, but I mean, Scully did call him and told him about this contagion,
Hmm.
saying that this contagion was coming. Of course, and it was cool. Skinner actually decided to help Mulder and Scully
Yeah.
instead of helping cigarette smoking. Matter of fact, I mean, he tried to shoot. He tried to shoot Reyes and the cigarette smoking
He
man.
got Reyes. Okay, so the first death was Reyes. Well,
Yeah,
actually, she wasn't the first death. She was like next to the climax. But Agent Reyes is possibly dead, and the smoking man runs over Skinner with his car.
yeah,
So Skinner, we are led to believe that Skinner died
yeah,
because they show his
yeah. But
feet sticking out from under the car and everything.
yeah, but he survived. Maybe, just saying maybe.
Again, it's a cliffhanger. This episode was. It ended on a cliffhanger, and I thought they tied everything up. Up until the point they ended
They
on the
did.
cliffhanger.
Yeah. So you got Mulder, chasing down, trying to find William. But first, he goes to Mr. Y.
Yeah, so he finds Mr. Y, and he kills his associates, and then he kills Mr. Y. And
Yeah, he
this is
killed
like
Mr. Y.
this is like the beginning of the episode, and I thought, oh man, when we was first introduced to Mr. Y way back in the first episode, I thought he was going to play a prominent role in the season finale, and they kill him off that soon. I was
Yeah,
hoping we could see more of Mr. Y and what his plan was.
yeah, but I mean, well, he pulled a pistol on Mulder, so I mean, it's not
Yeah,
like Mulder had much of a choice.
true. Yeah,
So
so
Mulder just
go
Mulder
ahead.
just had to turn around, bam, shoot him. So
Yeah. So Mr. Y was the first, main cast death in this episode, and
yeah,
then
and
continuing on.
and Barbara Hershey's character, along with some other agents, they got.
Yeah, yeah. Mr. Y's associate, her, that
Mhm.
woman, I forgot her name. Let me see if I can find it.
I couldn't remember her character name either. The actress I know, but I couldn't remember her character's name.
Erica Prince.
Erica Price.
Price. Yeah.
Erica Price. That was her. Yes, Erica Price.
Hmm.
She yeah, she was one of the unfortunate ones that crossed William's path.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's gone. So Mr. Y's gone. Uh, Erica Price is gone. We're led to believe
Mhm.
that Skinner's dead. We are led to
Yeah,
believe that
Reyes.
Reyes is dead, and the epic. The epic. I know we're jumping around so much, but there's so much in this story that they told us tonight that So jumping back to
We're led to believe. Yeah, we may as well just go ahead and say it. We're led to
yeah,
believe cigarette smoking man
yeah,
is
is
dead.
dead.
Hmm.
So in the epic final moments, Scully is chasing after Mulder because he knew where William's at. She sees
Hmm.
Mulder, but it turns out it wasn't Mulder. It was William disguised as Mulder, and
Hmm.
William takes off. Mulder goes after them, and then there's like cutscene, and then boom, Smoking Man comes out with a gun, and then you know Mulder, well, not really as not Mulder, but William as Mulder, he gets shot by the Smoking Man, and then he falls off the edge of the building and into the water. Then Mulder comes up
But but
behind.
first,
Go ahead.
but first, he told Scully, William knows you love him. And she's like, how could
Yeah,
you possibly know? Then she realized, oh, it's William.
yeah, yeah. And I thought that was a lovely scene between the two
Yeah,
because,
it was.
yeah. And Scully, at this point, Scully knows that the Smoking Man used her as a surrogate for his plan of making some kind of
Well,
alien DNA
Skinner
baby.
told her on the
Skinner told
way.
him.
Yeah, Skinner told her when they were on the way.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And at this point, Mulder doesn't know anything about it until the very last minute.
right.
But
Yeah.
when Mulder confronts the Smoking Man after he shoots William in the head, no less, Mulder is like, he shoots the Smoking Man quite a few times in the chest, you know,
But the
killing him.
smoking man doesn't fall down after he's shot. So he has to shove him into the water. We don't know if
Yeah,
it killed him, though. We don't know for sure. I mean,
yeah. I mean, it,
because
original, the original X Files, the season finale way back in 2002, I believe. The Truth, you know, at the end of that episode, the Smoking Man gets blown to smithereens by a nuclear warhead, and all right, and somehow he came back from that in the opening
yeah,
of season 10 of My Struggle Part One. So it's if X Files gets renewed for season 12, it's going to be quite interesting to see where they go from here because we found out at the end of the episode that Scully is pregnant, and we are led to believe that it is
yeah,
Mulder's baby.
yeah, yeah. And basically, she says it's impossible. It's
Yeah,
like, she can't. They can't fathom how it could be possible.
yeah, yeah. Because
But remember, they did get a little freaky deaky on that one episode.
yeah, and what episode was that? I think it was the second episode of the season.
Oh no, it was
It was either
it
it was
was
this or Plus One, wasn't it?
it was one of those two. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
it was
very
either
early
this or
on.
plus one.
It was
I think it was
plus
plus
one.
one.
It was plus one. Yeah,
Yeah, it was plus one. Yeah. Which that was when the show started taking an upward trajectory.
yeah,
Started getting better and better and better.
yeah, yeah.
But then
Absolutely.
there was last week. But then this week, holy crap!
Yeah, yeah.
They
And
were
so last week I said we're going to do our worst to best episodes of the season. I've got my list, and Henry, do you have your list?
yes, I do have
So
my
yeah.
list, and I will reveal it right now if that's okay.
All right, all right. Let's go.
Um,
Let me go. Let's go back and forth. So you do your bottom. So you do one, I'll do one, and then we'll just go back and forth.
oh, bottom five. Oh gosh. Well, let's see. Number five would probably be uh, because I mean, a lot of these episodes were really good this season. A lot of them were.
Mm-hmm.
There were only a couple that I kind of wasn't too keen on. I think my bottom five, number five would be this. Um, Number four would be plus one. I mean, it was a good episode. I'm not saying it was a bad episode, but
Mm-hmm.
wasn't quite as good as how good they got. It wasn't as good as
Yeah.
how good they got.
Yeah. Yeah. I completely agree.
Number three would be let's see. Gosh, number three. I can't put Ghoulie. The Ghoulie was a good one. Ghoulie was a good episode. I can't put Ghoulie on there. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll just say four because right. Yeah, number three would be or number two rather would be what is it? Gosh. My Struggle one. Number two. Number one would be last week's, which was.
Oh, you mean
what
My
was that?
Struggle 3?
Yeah, My Struggle 3, and then last week's, which was Nothing Lasts Forever. That'd be
All right.
that's my bottom four.
Okay.
Top six. Okay, you want to do your bottom
Yeah.
five or bottom four, or whatever.
Yeah,
Go
let me
ahead.
do. Okay, so I actually got 5 for my bottom 5. It's
Okay.
going back from 10 to 1, and this is worst to best. Number 10, Nothing Lasts Forever. Last week's episode. Yeah, it was all right. It wasn't X-File caliber. I think they could have done a little bit better in that episode. I think we can both agree with that. The second one, number 9, is this, and let me recap myself on what list this was.
That's
This.
the one I should. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Was that my bottom four? Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah.
was. So I've already. Well, no, wait a minute. Wait a minute. All right, my top six. Because you said you started at number 10. Um, let's see. But my top six would be. Let's see. All right, from 10. Yeah, 10 to 6. I already named 10, 9, 8,
All right.
7. 6 would be. 6 would be. Plus one. I mean, it was a good episode. I liked it. I
Mhm.
liked plus one. But yeah, I mean, no, it doesn't rank as high. I mean, it was a great episode, but it doesn't rank as high. Number 5 would be uh, let's see. There was My Struggle 3, this plus one, Lost Heart and Forehead Sweat. What was the one after Lost Heart and Forehead Sweat? That was Ghoulie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghoulie. Then number 6 was what was the one after Ghoulie? I forgot the name of the number one after Ghoulie.
Kitten.
Kitten. Yeah, Kitten. Yeah, that was a really good one. The Skinner episode.
Hmm.
Number 5. Number 5 was it? That's one of my favorite ones this season. Number 4 would um let's see, number 7, the one after Kitten was
They know everything.
They Know Everything. Okay, yeah, number 4 would be They Know Everything. Yeah, that was a good one.
Hmm.
That was a really good one. Number 3 would be oh gosh. Number 3 would be see, My Struggle for this plus one, Lost on Forehead Sweat. Ghoulie, Kitten. What was the one after Kitten? Oh, They Know Everything.
They know
Okay,
everything. And then
let's do that.
episode 8 was Familiar, the one where that
Familiar.
girl.
Okay,
Yeah.
Familiar. Familiar is number 3. Lost Star Forehead Sweat is number 2. Number 1 is definitely tonight's episode. My Struggle
All right.
4. Because
Okay.
it was a strong way to end the season. Very strong way to end the season.
Yeah. So let me do my list. Worst to best. This is going to be from worst to best, and top 3 I think is really good, strong contenders. Number 10 is Nothing Lasts Forever. Last week's episode, again, like I said, it didn't live up. I think it was kind of a clunker. Didn't really enjoy that much. Number 9, this, where it was a good episode, and I love the fact that they brought back Langley for that episode, but it was not that enjoyable. Let's see here. Number 8, My Struggle Part 3. It was a good, again. It was a good episode, but I think maybe they could have did a little bit better on it since it was the opening of the season. But it was like episode 3, like we said before. They've actually took the reins and just went with it. They had a little little hump in between. Let's see here. Number 7, Kitten. I love the fact that it was a Skinner episode. It was Skinner. It was centered around Skinner because I don't think they've ever done a Soul Skinner episode. And I think they could have been a little bit better on the execution of it, maybe. Number 6, Plus One, the where the twins.
Oh yeah, like that.
Yeah, the twins, Mrs. Peacock, and the twins. They basically have their doubles, their own doppelgangers. I thought it was, it was great, and with the great twist because it was. I think we talked about the twist of it, and it was unexpected.
Yeah,
they didn't do the classic, Mulder meets his double, and Scully has to choose which one's Mulder. They didn't do that. I thought that was great. All right, so this is the top five of the X-Files. Number 5, They Know Everything, and I think that was, in my opinion, I think that was a pretty good spot for that one because I love the whole aspect of technology, turning on its humans because we're the whole, it was so up to date in today's time. It was like set in today's standards. It's like anybody can think in their right mind that this could possibly be happening quite soon. Number 4, Ghoulie, and that's because I love how they brought in William. They brought William in this episode. That was basically of how to bring William in that episode, and I love the story of how they've done that. And I love that they show that William is this special child and he can, do these weird things. I thought it was great. Top 3. Oh man, it was tough for top 3 because I was doing the list while I was watching this episode. So I might have to change things around. My original top 3 at number 3 was My Struggle 4, but I'm going to change that to number 2. And I'm going to switch my number 2, which is Lost Art of Forehead Sweat, to number 3. So Lost Art of Forehead Sweat is going to be number 3. And I loved it because, it was a solo episode. It was a comedic episode. It was a standalone episode. Really funny moments, really great moments in that entire episode. Yeah. Right up there with Mulder and Scully meets the Weremonster.
Yes. Of course, it was the same. It was Darren Morgan.
Darren Morgan. So. Yeah, did it. And then number 2, My Struggle Part 4. I think that was a great, great way to tie things up in this whole William arc. And if it gets renewed for season 12, which I really hope it does, I'm curious to see where they go from there and how. And we see at the end of this episode that William is still alive, even though the Smoking Man, shot fake William Mulder in the head. William, came out of the water with a bullet in his head, and he's still alive. So we know that William is still alive, and I'm interested to see where they go from there, and if the Smoking Man is still alive as well. And then number 1, Familiar. I have to put number 1. I have to put Familiar at number 1 for me because I thought the entire story was fantastic. The major twist of the sheriff's wife, being the one that's conducting the witch spells. I thought that was fantastic because they led us to believe that it was the sheriff all along, but it was his wife because she found out that her husband was having an affair with one of the deputies' wife, and it was just a crazy episode, and I loved it for the fact that the woman freaking catches on fire at the damn ending of that. I mean, how can that not be possible? How can that? Oh my god, that was just so freaking epic, man. All right. Oh man, so
it had Mr. Chuckle Teeth.
Mr. Chuckle Teeth. Yeah, that freaking creepy ass mother effer. I still can't wrap my head on that. How those kids can watch something so freaking scary, including the freaking Teletubby whipped off, because that thing just scared the crap out of me. If I was a kid, that would have put nightmares in my brains for ages.
Yep.
All right, so that's our personal list. Let's do a top 5 for the both of us.
Okay.
All right, so let's see. What do you think for number 5? I'm thinking. Let's see. I'm thinking Lost Art of Forehead Sweat for number 5.
Yeah, I'll go along with that.
All right. Yeah. Again, comedic moments. It was just a standalone comedic episode, and some people didn't like it because I think the whole making fun of Trump and everything. Now, it's no secret that I'm a huge Trump supporter. Maybe it is to some people, but I thought it was funny. I thought the alien coming down and quoting Trump word by word was just freaking absolutely hilarious. It's like,
Yeah.
I just thought it was hilarious because it's like, these outer beings is looking down upon us, and like they're saying, like, you know what? We're not coming to visit you guys. You guys are so messed up. We're just going to build a wall around you and not even acknowledge you. I just thought it
Yeah.
was just hilarious.
Yeah. And in tonight's episode, they talked about fake news. They talked.
Yeah. In tonight's episode,
Yeah.
they talked about the fake news, and I
Yeah.
thought it was great. And the Lost Art of Forehead Sweat, they mentioned the fake news as well. So,
Yeah.
continuity, people.
Yeah. I'm gonna agree with that number 5. I mean, it's a great episode. It's a very funny comedic episode, as you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's number 5 is a good place. Yeah, it's a good place for that episode. Yeah.
All right. Number 4.
Number 4. Gosh. I would put They Know Everything at number 4.
Yeah, I can see that.
Or would you rank it higher?
No, I think number 4 is perfect. I think number 4 is a good spot.
Yeah, number 4, They Know Everything.
Yeah, because again, it's a good modern story theme with the whole theme of robots taking over again. Yeah, I see that. Number 3.
Number 3, I would probably put. I think Ghoulie would be.
I was thinking Ghoulies for number 2.
Oh well, I changed my vote then.
You don't need to change it.
No,
yeah, no, but yeah,
Familiar is number 3.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
and number 2, Ghoulie.
Ghoulie, and number 1, My Struggle Part 4.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our list. Yeah. So just to recap, The Lost Art of Forehead Sweat. They Know Everything. Familiar,
Ghoulie,
and My Struggle 4.
My Struggle 4, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man,
just 5 tremendous episodes, and I'll definitely be getting the DVD of the set when it's released.
Oh yeah,
season 11.
Yeah, because I think that's going to be having some major extra features on that on the box set.
Yep.
All right, so let's see here. So My Struggle 4, I think we covered the basic plot of it. So some trivia. So they said that Gillian Anderson said that this was going to be her final episode. I hope it's not. I hope they can get her back. If they do decide to renew the show. Go ahead.
Yeah. If they drive a dump truck full of money up to her house and say, "Hey, can you do another season?"
Yeah. I don't think she has a problem with that. Maybe they can do a movie on this. I would rather see a movie. I would rather see a movie than probably another season, just to have the pregnancy, show the pregnancy, and go through all that. Maybe like set like the movie 9 months after, or maybe do like a time jump and have like Mulder's and Scully's kid, about 10 or 11, Maybe that's just my theory. But
Yeah,
this. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, that's a good theory. A really good theory. I mean, I have to agree with it, sure. But yeah, this was yeah. I mean, this was a really good season. I mean, I'm glad that they expanded to 10 episodes rather than just six,
Yeah,
like season 10 was.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, for season 10, I mean, yeah, season 10 has some pretty good episodes. I mean, obviously, Mulder Scully Meet the Weremonster,
yeah. I mean, yeah.
very strong and comedic episode
Hmm.
for sure. But yeah, this was a really good season, but it had its ups and downs.
Hmm.
But overall, I mean, this was a really worthwhile season. It was great to catch up with these characters again. I'm glad that they kept the continuity. I mean, they
Hmm.
started this continuity in season 10 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and they brought it back up, and now they you know as far as ranking of tonight's episode, I've ranked some of them 10s and 11s
Hmm.
and 12s. I would say this is about a 13. So,
Yeah, I think it's I gotta agree. It's off the scale. I think Chris Carter really outdone himself in tonight's episode.
he did a
Written and
tremendous job
directing.
with this one. He
Hmm.
did. He was it was an amazing episode. I think Chris Carter did a great job on this one. So I really have no complaints with tonight's episode.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I
It's,
can't find anything wrong with it. It it told the story that it needed to tell, which was Williams. It was William and them finding William. But here's the thing. Is that whole alien invasion still going to happen like in Mulder, like in Scully's premonition? So there's
ooh,
like
I don't
so
know.
many unanswered questions at this point.
Yeah,
It's kind of leaving open ended. It's kind of leaving open ended,
yeah,
and I'm glad Chris Carter left it open ended. Just in case Fox does decide to renew for another season. Which at
yeah.
this, I don't see them not. Personally, I don't see Fox not renewing for another season.
I would love to see it.
Yeah,
I'd really love to.
I think if Chris Carter and his team, is still open for doing one more season or another season, or even if it's just a movie, I don't see them. I don't see Fox turning them down.
Yeah.
And then
Now,
plus, it comes back. Okay, go ahead.
one thing that they had at the beginning of during the opening credits, where it usually says the truth is out there.
Hmm.
They had it says Salvatore Mundi.
Mm.
Now I looked that up. It's actually a painting of Christ as Salvatore Mundi by Leonardo da Vinci, dated circa 1500. Painting
Really?
shows Jesus. Painting shows Jesus in Renaissance dress, giving a benediction with his right hand raised and two fingers extended, while holding a transparent rock crystal orb in his left hand, signifying his role as savior of the world and master of the cosmos. And it's a very unusual painting. Some people think there's a little bit something off about the painting, a little bit.
Hmm.
So and you know it's like I say it's a supposedly there's supposed to be it's supposed to be the world's most expensive painting. In fact, it's going for $450.3 million at Christie's in New York.
Oh wow,
And that's for the original.
wow, that is expensive.
Yes, it is. It's one of fewer than 20 paintings by Da Vinci known to exist.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, one of them, of course, is also the Mona Lisa, probably his most famous painting. But yeah, I mean, I'm not really quite sure what the significance of Salvator Mundi was. Sure, maybe Chris
Mm-hmm.
Carter will tell us or something. I don't know, but yeah. So, like I said, tremendous season. I mean, I have no problem with this season at all,
Yeah.
except for one or two episodes. But as we watch the progression of the season, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it started to get better and better and better.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the good episodes is like the bulk chunk of the middle of the episode. The first episode, I would recommend it just so that the people that isn't so they can get clear of watching and they can know what's going on. The second episode, it's up for debate. It was all right if you just want to watch it because of the nostalgia because of Langley is in it. Go right ahead. But it really picked up with episode 3 and continuing on to episode 8, and then you can just skip 9 completely if you want to. But 10 is great. 10 is just great.
Yeah, because 9 was not really a part of the overall mythology, so
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was the monster of the week episode, and it was
it
kind
was
of
a
it was
yes
kind of a lame
standalone deal.
standalone.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, just skip if
you could just skip that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I recommend. Yeah, I agree. I recommend skipping it, but it's up to you if you want to watch it or not. But
But what
yeah,
would be cool is watching all 4 parts of my struggle. Definitely.
yeah, watch it like a
And
movie.
Ghoulie in there as well.
Yeah, you have to have Ghoulie in there because it introduces William.
Yes.
You cannot skip Ghoulie, so you have to watch My Struggle 1, 2, 3, Ghoulie, and then 4.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, you get the full picture of the entire storyline.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, like I say, tonight's was just tremendous. I mean, just the way that they the writing, the direction, everything. Chris Carter did excellent on this one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I completely agree.
Yeah. So.
Let's see here. I think we covered the major points of this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is the season finale of the X-Cast.
Mm-hmm.
It's up in the air if it's going to return or not. Up in the air.
Yeah, well, it's going to depend on whether the X-Files comes back or not.
Or maybe you know what we can do? We've done this before, which is watch older episodes of the X-Files and then discuss them.
We can do that. Yes.
We can do that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's do that.
And right now we are at the halfway point of The Walking Dead season, mid-season.
Yeah, we are. Great episode this week. I thought it was terrific. And the ending. Oh my God, the ending. Was not expecting that at all.
No,
but we'll get it.
No,
we'll definitely get into that Saturday night.
Yes, we will. 8 Eastern, 7 Central.
Oh man, which is better? X-Files, The Walking Dead. Oh man, that's kind of a tough one.
This week, gosh, I mean, both of them were really good.
Yeah, it was kind of equal.
Yeah.
I have to. For me, I have to cop out and say it was a tie. It was kind of equal for me.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. Say it's a tie between the two. I thought they were both. They both did what they needed to do. They both told the story. I mean, it was interesting. I mean, tonight's X-Files, it was kind of wrapping up. It was wrapping up that whole storyline, but it was also leaving things open.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like it wasn't a cliffhanger, but it left things open.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. Compare that to season 10 when it was just an absolute cliffhanger. And I think
Yeah.
maybe Chris Carter knew that they was going to get renewed, so that's why he wrote it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But this one was like, this one was more like Chris Carter doesn't know if he wants to continue the show or not. So he's just
Yeah.
leaving things open ended. And then if it does continue, he can go back onto it and finish what he wants out.
Yeah. The thing that I liked was that there were just such great continuity with this season. I mean,
Mhm.
even in the episodes that had nothing to do with the alien mythology, the mentions of William, like
Yeah,
our son, and all
yeah,
that.
yeah. I agree. And going back to last week, I gotta say I wasn't a big fan of the overall episode, but I did enjoy like the last few minutes of it when Mulder and Scully was talking. I did
Hmm.
enjoy that because it
Yeah,
was
that was good.
discussing William, and it was like they knew that they had to find him and save him actually. So yeah, I really enjoyed that part, the ending part of it, and
Hmm.
I wonder if she could not have said that she was pregnant to Mulder last week because she whispered something to his ear,
Hmm.
and and she just told Mulder tonight that she was pregnant. So I'm wondering if she couldn't have, I wonder what she would have told him though.
I don't know. I
Oh
mean,
crap! What could
I don't think she told him she was pregnant last week.
no?
Um, she told him this week, yes,
Hmm.
not last. That may be one of those things we just, they may just leave that open ended as to what she actually said to him.
Yeah. Or maybe she could have told him that I might be pregnant.
Hmm.
And then tonight's episode, she confirmed to Mulder that she was pregnant.
Who knows? Maybe.
That's what I'm going for because I mean, it was like it was us, the audience member. She told Mulder something that we didn't know, that we don't know.
Yeah,
So
something that.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go with this is my theory. It's probably gonna be 100% wrong, but I think she told him that she might be pregnant. You know, and then tonight she confirmed that she was pregnant. And that's what I'm going with. I mean, that's the
Hmm.
only thing I can make that in my mind that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it does make sense. I have to agree. That's very interesting. Who knows if it's true or not? I mean, or who
All right, so
knows?
if anybody's watching, comment below what you guys think that Scully told Mulder. What do you think she told Mulder? But yeah, man, tonight's episode. I mean, I was like, oh my god, my mouth was wide. I was like, oh my god, and then when
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
William exploded those guys up, I was like, oh my god, he can do that. What?
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, we forgot one scene, and I have to mention this scene because this scene reminds me of a movie, and you probably know what movie. So William was in a trailer. He was riding along with the trucker, and he turns
Mm-hmm.
into a monster. And the trucker, like ran out screaming, and I guess he dropped William off. He ran out screaming. It was like, and that scene reminded me of Pee Wee's Big Adventure where Pee Wee was in the trucker with Large Marge. You remember that? And then she
Oh
turns
yeah.
around and scares him. That kind of reminded me of that
Yeah.
for a little bit. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for us tonight.
Yeah.
Let me go on to some of the past X Files episode because I really like to discuss maybe some of the past episodes. Let's see here. Mhm. I'm trying to find that one episode. It's called One Father, Two Sons, I believe. And that episode right there is, spoiler alert, but you already knew this, that One Father, Two Sons confirms that the smoking man is William's father, not William's father, but Mulder's father. Let me see if I can find the episode. Okay, here we go. Okay, it's a two-parter from season 6, episode 11. Episode 11 is called Two Fathers, and then episode 12 is the part 2 of that, and it's One Son.
Oh. No, wait. I think the X-Files is it still on Netflix? I don't know.
It's not on Netflix. I think it's on Hulu now.
Damn.
It's on Hulu, but I can actually watch it. You might be able to find. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like Ellen, I have my ways.
Yeah, I have my ways too.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So, what about next week? Same time, 9:00.
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Let me make sure if I can find my ways to do it too. I have Sling, and they have it on demand on Sling. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yep. I can do that. So next week we discuss. Let's see here. So we'll do a X-Files classic next week.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Two Fathers, One Son. Two Fathers, One Son. It's a 2-part episode. Two Fathers, episode 11 of season 6. One Son, episode 12 of season 6. All right. So next week we're going to do the X-Cast classic X-Files episode. I don't know what we can call it. I'll think of something. An X classic. Yeah. How about that? An X classic.
Yep.
X-classic. So yeah. All right. So yeah. All right. So let's end this. Season 11 is in the history books of the X-Files, and I really got to applaud this season. Really great season. If between the revival seasons, I got to say season 11 is a lot better than season 10. And
I agree with that.
Yeah, they had more good episodes, and they had more time to flesh out episodes and make them even better than just the 6 that they've done in season 10. But yeah, all right. On that note, next week we're doing X Classic, Two Fathers, One Son. But if you cannot wait this Saturday night, if you're fans of The Walking Dead, we'll be doing the Webcasting Dead, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what was the name of this last week's episode?
The Key.
The Key, yes, The Key, episode 12?
Yeah, episode 12.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, yeah.
Of season 8, yeah.
Season 8, episode 12, The Key.
The Key.
And, man. Oh, man, it was just great.
Introduced some new characters, yeah.
Yeah, it did. It introduced Georgie.
Georgie,
Georgie, yeah, she's a new character, and I am. I'll tell you my feelings on her this Saturday night. Got to keep you guys in anticipation. All right, so on that note, we're going to end it right there. Tremendous season finale. So on that note, good night, everybody. See you here next week for an X-Files Classic, Two Fathers Part 1, One Son Part 2. Good night, everybody.